Hi, this is Greg Bailey with SharkPro Software, and I'm going to get a little bit into the reporting aspects of SharkPro projects. As you've seen in some of the previous webcasts, there's a lot of dashboards that are available. A lot of the information that's presented for a particular user really could be considered reports. But one of the things that we found was that in many cases a particular user group, whether you're a project manager, a team member, or even an executive, and I'll show you some of those executive reports a little bit later, they really are just trying to answer questions. So part of what we did was said, all right, in the morning when someone comes in, what is the information that they want to know? And throughout the day, what are the typical questions they need answered? And same is true when they go home at night. What is the information they want to have? So what we made sure we did is we talked to quite a few users, talked to our advisors on our board, and really asked what were those typical reports that you find most often requested by your users. So with SharkPro projects, we included over 55 ready-to-go reports. Here I'm looking at an example of one of the reports that's just really kind of a basic project status overview, and this is true of all the reports, and I'll actually run a few of these for you. So, in this case, I'm looking at all of my projects, start date, end date, typical, metrics, red, yellow, green. Some of these are calculated fields, and some of these are manually controlled. So, in a lot of cases, you want to be able to just define yourself what's the health of the project. Every one of the reports, and there are various types of reports in the system. Some of them are really, I would say, out-of-the-box type views like this that we can actually drill down into. So if I wanted to look at IT infrastructure, because I see the health is red, I have the ability to drill into that, and it'll bring another view up. Every one of these reports can be printed out. They can be exported to Excel. They can be exported to Word. They can be printed to the web. So all of the typical things that you would want to be able to have with a report, we've tried to make it as flexible as possible to be able to get that. So as I just did, I clicked on that one report. It actually drilled me down into IT infrastructure. And if I had information on my milestones, my deliverables, and my risks and my issues, and it would show me all that. And like I mentioned, under the Actions option, we could just say I want to take that report, I want to export it to Word or Excel, PDF, and make it available. So it's all straightforward, ready to go on all these reports. Now to show you some of the reports, we have what we call Manage Reports button. And what you'll see that does is I'm in as a project manager here, and you'll notice that there's a number of reports that are available to me. So things like late task, there's some administration reports, milestone reports. You have the ability to control of all of the SharkPro project reports that are provided, which user do you want to show those reports. So that way when they come in, and if I'm a team member, maybe there's 3 or 4 reports that I want to see on a daily basis, those are the only ones that are going to be coming up on my particular screen. So for example, there's some team member type of reports, some project manager type of reports, and if you notice I can control, for example, who has access to those reports. There will be additional roles that you can actually set up in the system, but with the initial release of SharkPro projects, we're just exposing some of those to these particular roles right now. I'm going to continue to show you that in addition to team member, project manager, there's a fair number of other kind of reports that we've got in what I call the SharkPro report pack. Some of them are administration, some of them are related to timesheet. For those that may be using Project Server without SharkPro projects, a lot of these reports might be useful to you. There's reports related to resources, particular administration items. And again, just wanted to show you an example. There is a lot of reports that are available with SharkPro projects when they're installed. So I'll actually go back and maybe run a couple of more reports for you, but this is what's called the report permissions. So you have the ability to kind of define what you want the report to which user group it'll show up. So let's go say we want to take a look at, let's see here, maybe tasks in progress. I'll run one of those. And if you notice, almost all the reports will actually have a parameter that you can run. So, I might be looking at tasks in progress, but I can actually choose that I want to look at it from this time frame to this time frame. If I want to look at this for a particular project, so let's go say we want to look at it for this project. If I want to look at it for one resource or multiple resources, so there's a lot of selection criteria there. And then what kind of duration, hours, days. So again, all of the reports, or most of them anyways, have a lot of selections, and then you just choose to apply, and then it'll bring up that report and let us view it. So when we look at a project manager, a team member, executive, and there's other roles that we can define in the system as well, there's a lot of different reports. Again, 55 ready to go when SharkPro projects, when you're either signing up off the hosted site in minutes, or even if we install it in-house. These are all available to you. The other thing that we've made sure is that you have the ability to actually edit these and modify these reports. So depending on the level of expertise that you have with reports, some of your users might be in the IT group, and so you can actually have them leverage some of the Microsoft capability with more of the advanced report writing. Some folks might like to leverage Excel, so then we can export that data to Excel right here and use some of the things like pivot charts and even take those Excel and publish those via Excel services. So again, wanted to give you a little view of reports. And then last thing I'll show you here is from the executive perspective, there are some more, what I would say, graphical type of dashboards and reports leveraging Performance Point, and I'll show you some that were available there. So one thing I'll say is if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at info@sharkprosoftware.com. And here's an example of one of the reports showing working capacity, actual and baseline by department. And some other reports. So again, many reports available, and I appreciate you taking a look at the reporting webcast on SharkPro projects. Take care and have a great day.